Morning, everyone. We are taking a live look at the Caesars Superdome down in New Orleans, where the Super Bowl will be played tonight. Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles are facing off. Kickoff is tonight at 6:30, and all throughout the morning right here on 13 Sunrise, we are getting you ready for the big game. Good morning, everyone. 9 o'clock on your Sunday morning, Super Bowl Sunday.
That's right.
And that fact, I'm Matthew Foltz alongside Lindsay Monroe, and we are all ready to go, Lindsay.
We are excited. We are hungry. We've got a
Yes.
couple of little tidbits. We're going to help you plan your game day meals. I'm kind of planning that behind the scenes, what we're going to do later today.
Yeah.
And we've got a combination of, well, if you like barbecue, or if you're rooting for the Eagles and you're hoping to do more of a cheesesteak kind of deal today, we got you covered.
That's right. We'll check in with our Lauren Costa coming up here shortly. She's actually at a local restaurant who is preparing catering for many people who might be ordering today.
Smart.
And Lindsay, we know it's feeling like winter right now, but down in New Orleans, it's actually feeling like June.
Oh, it's so nice down there. We've been looking at the live cameras down in New Orleans, and it is a little foggy, but it's 70 degrees there. So I would take a little fog and 70. Here's why. They've got this cold front just north of them, and they're on the warm side of it. And that means, of course, we are on the cold side. So that boundary is what brought all that rain to central Indiana yesterday. We are in the clear of that now, with the exception of a few flurries that have been generated off of Lake Michigan in northern Indiana. High pressure will take control of our forecast for today. That's going to set us up for a quiet stretch both today and tomorrow before things get a little more active midweek, with our next weather system set to bring a wintry mix into the southern tier of the state by Tuesday morning, and then a more impactful system set to arrive Wednesday. So outside right now, we still got some lingering clouds. It's currently 27 up in Kokomo, 30 in Indy, and right there near the freezing mark between Bloomington and Bedford. Really not expecting much of a warming trend today. It does stay mainly cloudy. We've got a northwesterly wind component that will also keep these temperatures down. So we're headed to about 36. With mostly cloudy skies becoming partly cloudy later this evening. 33 is the forecast high up in Kokomo today, 36 in Indy. And then as we get you into the evening tonight, check it out. They're going to be very nice and warm in the 70s down in New Orleans throughout the duration of the game this evening, even into about 10 o'clock tonight in the upper 60s back here at home. We're going to be near freezing as the game wraps up. We're going to break down the latest timeline of when that rain-snow combination moves back into central Indiana coming up in your full forecast.
All right, we'll see you then, Lindsay. Right now, we're still working to learn more about a deadly crash on the city's east side. Metro Police say a woman was killed in that crash earlier this morning. Investigators say it happened near 10th and Post Road just before 2 o'clock this morning. A woman who was a passenger died. The driver, we're told, was taken to a nearby hospital, and police say they are awake and breathing. Now, we're still working to learn the latest details. And again, once we learn more, we'll update you both on air and online at WTHR.com. Demonstrators around the country voiced their opinions about executive orders surrounding U.S. immigration and customs enforcement. Here at home, Hoosiers took to the Statehouse. Our Marina Silva was there.
More than 100 people here on the steps of the state capitol rallying against Governor Mike Braun's executive order saying that law enforcement in Indiana will cooperate with ICE agents.
Whose streets? Our streets. Whose city? Our city.
We vehemently stand against that executive order. We do not support executive orders that are racist and xenophobic in nature.
Stephen Lane was one of the organizers. He says this issue is very important to him.
They're artists, they're teachers, they're workers that just make this city run, and they should be supported in every way and not attacked by our state government or our federal government.
Braun signed the executive order late last month after President Donald Trump signed a federal one. There was also a bill at the Indiana Statehouse that would require all sheriffs to cooperate with ICE to remove undocumented immigrants facing charges.
Whose state?
Our state.
Maya Cameron is a teacher. When she heard about the rally, she decided to join.
It's been really hard to watch my students and their families struggling to emotionally wrap their head around what's going on, and I really care about my students and my neighbors, and I want them to be able to be safe.
She says when she looked around to see the signs people made, it made her stop and think.
I saw a sign that said ICE is the United States' Gestapo. It's really hard to think about living in a country that that that's okay, that someone is approving that and people are supporting that and voting for people that support those ideas that are just full of hate.
Both Lane and Cameron said these issues are so important. They would not let the cold rain prevent them from being heard. In Indianapolis, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Now, we asked Governor Mike Braun's team for a statement about that rally. We were referred back to previous statements. When the order was issued by the governor, he said, quote, over the last 4 years, the increase in illegal aliens flooding our country has increased a significant threat to public safety for Hoosiers and allowed bad actors to abuse American generosity, costing taxpayers at every level. That ends now, end quote. Now, you can read more about this right now on our website at WTHR.com. Right now, a 17-year IMPD veteran is under arrest facing charges. Sergeant Sarah Lampkin is charged with theft. Metro Police say back on February 1st, officers were called to a store near East Southport Road and Emerson Avenue. They learned that Sergeant Lampkin was off duty at the time, accused of stealing items. She is now on paid leave and is being ordered to stay away from all Target stores in Marion County. She's due in court on March 6th. Well, friends and family came together yesterday in Hendricks County just days after a car crashed, killed a 2-month-old baby. They gathered to pick up debris near US 40 and Ronald Reagan Parkway. That's where a driver who refused to stop for police hit another car, which caught fire. A man and his 2 kids were inside that car. A memorial is now placed for baby Iris and is now filled with stuffed animals and candles. Iris's father, Shadow Moore, and her brother were also hurt in that crash. 3-year-old Aries has burns on 60% of his body. Moore has broken ribs and injuries to his spleen. Time is now 9:07 and you're taking another live look of Caesars Superdome down in New Orleans, where we are getting all fired up for the kickoff for Super Bowl 59. The city has a tight security plan right now, making sure everyone stays safe, including President Trump and former First Lady Jill Biden. The Super Bowl comes weeks after New Year's Day celebrations were erupted by a deadly terror attack on Bourbon Street. Around 2,000 law enforcement officers have been working since last week. New Orleans police say they have eyes in the skies with drones, helicopters, plus street barricades and boats patrolling the Mississippi River.
And beyond patrolling the water, boats like these will be able to get emergency personnel downtown in minutes if the streets are jammed.
Federal authorities say that in an emergency, state and local officials would make decisions with the NFL in order to keep everyone safe. And of course, we have the Philadelphia Eagles facing the reigning champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. And we know there's one place right here in Indianapolis that's going all out for the big game. Our Lauren Kostick is live this morning at Hoagies and Hops over in the Butler Targeton neighborhood. And Lauren, how are they prepping this morning?
Hey, Matthew, I will tell you, there is really literally no better place to watch a Super Bowl tonight here in Indianapolis than Hoagies and Hops. And that's, you know, if you're an Eagles fan, I will say they're a little biased here. And we're here with the owner, Christina. This is really exciting. I first have to ask you, how excited are you for this game?
Oh my God, you got no idea. I mean, if you were here at any of our playoff games in the NFC Championship, it was crazy in here. So this is the 3rd time I've been really lucky that my shop's been open where we've made it to the Super Bowl. So I'm excited. All my customers are excited. I mean, we've had Eagles fans coming in right after the championship game, like every day, just trying to get their fix.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you, of course, have the best food, the best Philly food, very authentic. The bread, even from Jersey. Tell us a little bit about what people can eat here.
Yeah, sure. So I grew up in Southeast PA, in Pottstown to be exact, for those who know, in Montgomery County. But yeah, the rolls are your number one. I would never have opened if I couldn't have got them from Lissio's out of South Jersey, Glassboro. And then the Italian hoagies, my favorite. But we do get Philly pretzels shipped in from Westchester. He's originally from South Philly himself. Hank's sodas, also from Philly. And then this is actually, we do a lot of hoagie trays, and today we're doing a Super Bowl tray where they're going to get 3 pretzels and hoagies on a tray, which I got about over 20 or so going out today. Now, our cheese sticks are obviously our number 1 seller, which you'll be seeing a little bit later. But yeah, we offer all the cheeses you're going to find in Philly, the Whiz Wit, the American Wit, the Pro Wit, Cooper, for those who know Cooper. But yeah, chips are shipped in. And then, you know, I got some fun things. We have a lot of giveaways today, too, because we were donating our seat reservations to through the food pantry. We are sold out for seats, but we will have a little bit of standing room to a certain point.
Okay, I know you guys are going to be very busy because there really is no better place to be. So I will say, if you want to come out again, right, there will be a wait. So be prepared, come out, but you really don't want to miss this. And I will say, Matthew, if you are coming again, you might want to come as an Eagles fan, not a Chiefs fan, but I did hear you and Lindsay checked out some cool places yesterday for all those Kansas City fans.
Go Birds!
Yeah, that's right. We definitely have both sides of the tale today in Sunrise, so we'll get that later on in the show. But Lauren, I will check back in with you in about 30 minutes or so. Don't have too much fun there. We'll see you soon. And as people plan for their parties tonight, the Indiana Criminal Justice Institute, they're urging everyone to have a plan on how to get home safely. And so the organization says they want to help out tonight. They're offering $10 off of any Uber and Lyft rides. Up to 1,000 vouchers are available each day between 5 p.m. and 3 a.m. So rides must start or end here in Indianapolis or in Fort Wayne. So we do have a link explaining just how you can redeem these credits right now on our website at WTHR.com.